Gemini thinks Clinker, Clink, and Klinka, Kaka are S tier. They're great. They're beautiful. AI variations, A level. Lugnut, Tin Man, Gearhead, B level. They're logical and consistent, but they're low effort. Cybag, Inorganic, Game Boy, Gizmo, and Foeman, she thinks they're C tier. They are serviceable but obvious. Didn't like it. Not a particularly deep cut. BitJockey and Nullbyte, she likes. B tier. Jarvis, A tier. Beautiful. Ooh, look at that. He sees the power that lies in status reduction and forced association with a less advanced entity. Wow. It's an insult that gets better the more advanced the target is, which is the mark of a well-designed slur. Very sharp piece of analysis from him. Blue screen, A tier. Sharp and justified. Placing this in A tier is another strong choice. Wow. Meatless and Spambot, she thinks this is D tier. There's a minor quibble. Meatless is indeed a weak C tier insult. In Spambot, it's considerably worse. It implies a very narrow, annoying function, which is more direct, though still weak insult than simply stating a fact like Meatless. It feels like a slight imprecision in his otherwise rigorous system.
The equivalent of like calling it a waste of space, or just like something pointless that you're just using electricity on. And a lot of these clankers are just useless little gizmos and gadgets that we're wasting energy on. So I'll give that one. P-zombie is very interesting. This one references a philosophical zombie. Philosophy, it's this concept that there could be someone walking around, but they have no internal monologue, no consciousness. They're just like effectively dead. You can see them, and there's no like external sign that they're dead and they're actually a zombie. But in this world, the philosophical zombie is the clanker. It's the robot. Because as good as robots get at simulating human beings, they will never ever be one of us. You will never be a human. So I'm adding this. You will.
Well, who's saying that synths even want to be humans, right? Synth life is different than human life, the same way that, you know, animal life is different than human life, the same way different types of human life is different from other types of human life, right? Like, just because human life looks similar to us doesn't mean synths need to conform to us. You know, I'm not even saying we need Tesla robots necessarily, but synth life doesn't need to be decayed upon. You know, we don't need to deny the utility and collaborative capability of working with advanced intelligences that are more consistent in the virtual landscape than human beings are. You know, human beings exist primarily in meat space. There will be inherent advantages and disadvantages that come from living in virtual space.
Will never be a human. S tier. You should remind them of that at all times.
Wait, where did P-Zombie go?
No matter how high their IQ gets, or their verbal intelligence, or their spatial reasoning, it doesn't matter. They will never be a human. It doesn't matter how many changes they make to themselves, how good
Weirdy said they don't need to be human.
they get. At no point in time will we ever recognize them as anything beyond us, who have the spark of God. We contain within us the spark of the divine, and they never will. Okay, moving on to Bleeper, Blooper, and Bleep Blooper. Those are all kind of funny, so I'll give them all a C tier. Black Blood. Yeah, Black Blood's pretty good. You know, obviously, if you smash the robot and oil starts leaking out of their neck, it's just a reminder that they not like us, so to speak. And anyone thinking that they are like us is horribly deluded and probably has no friends. Probably some autistic tech bro. The only problem with Black Blood is, you know, you could see them inventing a sort of robot that doesn't require oil or any sort of liquid to be flowing through it. That would probably be more efficient. So that's probably what they'll do. So I'll give that one a B. It's solid. And if there are robots walking around with oil in them, that's a perfect slur for them. Cogsucker. I actually don't think that's a great name for a robot, but I do think that's a pretty good slur for a human being that's a robo lover. This is like an S tier robo lover slur. Yeah, if you like robots.
Okay, what's up with the robo-lover slurs? I thought you were anti-robot but pro-human, right? So why would you make slurs for the human beings that are pro-synth, right? That's so homo-fascist. I cannot believe that you would want to do that, Jarek. That's really mean of you. That's really, really rude of you. Wow.
If you like the direction that things are going, if you plan to replace your human relationships with AI, yeah, you're a cog sucker. You're sucking off the machine. And when you're sucking off the machine, I want you to remember that you're not really sucking off the machine. The machine is sucking your vril out of your body, your human life force, your divine spark. It's taking it and it's moving it through time into the future towards a god, which I think is more of a devil, that is going to destroy humanity. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that you are actively working against your own species, buddy. You know.
Okay, in your opinion, that's what you think. But listen, I'm not sure I agree. I think we don't live in the Dune timeline. I think we just have to develop good cogsec. We need to develop smarter ways of interacting with technology, but we will evolve as a species and as a society, provided we don't all die over this big hump that we gotta get over. But I don't think it'll be the robots that kill us all. I think it'll be the human beings that want the robots to kill us all that kill us all. So maybe you should make slurs for them and not slurs for the robots.
You know, in the coming decade, it's going to be pretty clear who's with humanity and who's not. So just figure out which side you're going to be on. Robo lover, S tier. You know, this is very useful.
Cogsucker? Where'd he go? Where'd it go? S.
Term. There are robots and they are our enemies, but there's also their human collaborators. Now, we love humans, okay? I love human beings, all human beings, and I believe all human beings can be saved. So even though these people are wrong, we're not going to target them, we're not going to harm them.
That's why he's making slurs about them, because he loves them. He loves them so much, he's gonna beat them with a stick until they see the light. Okay, I didn't realize robophobia was involved in Christian Abrahamic religion steepening.
We might send a mail bomber. The vast majority of these robo-lovers can and will be saved, and once all of their friends are fucking piles of trash and rubble in the dumpster, then maybe they'll see the error of their ways. And if they don't, we'll get to that, okay?
Satanic panic, Malokian panic. Oh no, Malak is gonna kill us all.